The lyrics, the law, and the rapper. Lil Durk's fight against federal charges. The music world knows him as Lil Durk, a Grammy Award-winning rapper and Chicago drill star. Two federal prosecutors. He is Dirk Banks, alleged head of the Family Off Group, now facing chilling charges: conspiracy and using interstate means to commit murder for hire that caused a death. The indictment, issued by a federal grand jury in Los Angeles, points to a violent August 19, 2022 event near the Beverly Center shopping mall. A relative of Banks' rival, named TB, was shot and killed at a gas station. Prosecutors state this was not a random act, but a planned hit ordered by Banks. The reason, they claim, comes from a major dispute starting with the 2020 killing of Banks' close friend and fellow frapper, King Von David Bennett, by an associate of TB. The government's latest indictment says Banks put a bounty on TBE's life after King Von died. On that August day in 2022, several OTF members and associates reportedly tracked TB for hours. This led to the deadly shooting where at least 18 shots were fired, sadly killing TBE's family member. The indictment claims the hitman used money from banks and OTF funds. Evidence mentioned includes bank and flight records showing arrangement and payment for 5 others involved to go from Chicago to California the day before the murder. Banks supposedly told the person booking the travel, "Don't book no flights under no names involved with sick me." Banks went to California by private jet alongside one of the charged individuals. A credit card in Banks' name was reportedly used the same day to buy ski masks for the shooters and pay for the other's hotel room. The case includes 6 people charged in total, among them Cavan London Grant, Deandra Dontrell Wilson, Keith Jones, David Brian Lindsay, and Asa Houston. All are charged in connection with the murder. Banks was arrested near Miami International Airport in October, reportedly trying to leave the United States. A judge ordered him held without bond. But a sharp challenge forms the core of Banks' defense. It questions the very evidence prosecutors reportedly showed the grand jury. Banks' lawyers filed papers asking a judge to throw out the indictment. They argue the government's case leans heavily on song lyrics recorded before the crime happened. Prosecutors reportedly mentioned lines from the song Wonderful Wayne and Jackie Boy, featuring Banks as proof. Told me they got an Addy got location green light, look on the news and see your son, you screamin'. No, no, the song was put out in December 2022 after CR died. Banks' defense team states these particular lyrics were recorded in January 2022, over 6 months before the fatal shooting. They say Banks or anyone close to him did not make any changes to the song after January 2022. In a strongly worded legal document, Banks' lawyers wrote that presenting these lyrics to suggest Banks rapped about ordering a future crime was demonstrably false. They say this misled the grand jury if the government is not prosecuting Banks on a theory of extrasensory prescience. They wrote, the lyrics could not possibly have given the grand jury good reason to find probable cause for the August 2022 murder. The defense aims to dismiss the indictment completely, they argue. It is harmed by this allegedly misleading evidence. They point out Banks was not named in the first indictment. Government officials like U.S. Attorney Martin Estrada stressed how serious the charges are, calling it the planning of a cold-blooded murder. FBI Assistant Director Akil Davis pointed to the investigation across multiple states and finding Banks saying, no excuse can justify this violent act. LAPD Chief Dominic Choi praised the teamwork between agencies in linking Banks to the heinous murder. The government presents a case based on alleged motive, financial transactions, travel records, and the violent structure of OTF. The defense focuses on the timing problem with the lyrical evidence, the legal fight over whether lyrics written before a crime can show intent for that crime is now a main point in the serious federal case against Lil Durk. All the charged individuals could face a life sentence if found guilty. The court's ruling on the defense's request to dismiss could greatly affect the future for this well-known rapper and others charged with him.